comic book haul and giveaway for March 2020. Hey everyone, it's VM Campos, comic book fan. Welcome to the monthly comic haul and giveaway. This one is for March 2020. In this video, I'll show you all the comic books that I got this month, as well as have the giveaway that you can enter and win a cool prize. I'll reveal how you can do that as the video goes along, so let's get started. Alright, I'm going to start off with Marvel Comics. So first of all here I have Ghost Spider number 8, Legacy number 58. This is Maguire, Guara, and Herring as the creative team. I like this cover a lot. I like Gwen Stacy rocking out on the drums like that, with her Venom symbiote costume doing its thing. Now, the cool thing about this version of Gwen Stacy is that she's bonded to this alien symbiote, but she's got it under control and such, and it lets her morph her costume and keep it hidden, but she doesn't even need to hide because everyone knows she's Gwen Stacy, that Gwen Stacy is Ghost Spider, aka Spider-Gwen. So I picked this one up, issue number 8 of Ghost Spider this month. Speaking of Gwen Stacy, I got the other Gwen Stacy comic book at the moment. This is Gwen Stacy number 2. This is a regular cover by Adam Hughes. So amazing Adam Hughes art. So we've got a Gwen Stacy comic where it's all focused on her and her origin story, so to speak, contemporaneous with Peter Parker becoming Spider-Man. Harry Osborn is part of the crew, although it is a slightly different timeline in terms of Oscorp is here. But anyway, this is the Vote for Gwen Stacy President plot going on, along with some other heady stuff happening. This is by Christos Gage, Todd Nauk, and Rachelle Rosenberg. Love these covers. Adam Hughes always does a great job on them, and I kind of like this poster aspect of this particular cover. I picked up Amazing Spider-Man number 4, Legacy 42. This is the Spider-Woman variant, so the continuing adventures of Peter Parker. I got this cover because I love that it's at this Dutch angle. If you look at it this way, the spider people looking like that. If you look at it in terms of the horizon of the buildings, they're also there, and it reminds you, yeah, they can stick to walls. They do whatever a spider can. Copyright on this is 2019, so this was made a few months ago. This cover, that is. And so Spider-Woman's having a resurgence in a variety of covers, a variety of Marvel Comics covers, and so I picked that up for Amazing Spider-Man. And I also picked up Spider-Woman number 1. This is the J. Scott Campbell cover. There were a million of these covers. This is variant number 9 by J. Scott Campbell. They were all really cool. Jessica Drew's a cool character. Her costume's all changed up now. This is the classic Spider-Woman costume. Although true fans know that the very first version of this costume, her hair was not popping out of the mask. But anyway, this is the classic version with her hair. I love the colors, very luminous. I like these green tones all over the place, these highlights and such. J. Scott Campbell usually can draw characters very well, and we get reminded that Spider-Woman's powers are a little bit different than Spider-Man's powers, with this cool explosion of energy and such. So yep, Spider-Woman number 1, J. Scott Campbell variant cover. Moving over to DC Comics, I picked up my copy of Robin 80th Anniversary Special. This is a 100-page, super spectacular. I got the variant from the 2000s. This is by Derek Chu, so I'm loving his style. It's this realistic, computer-generated sort of style. We have Stephanie Brown as Robin with the DC Comics logo of that time. I like that they did this with the Wonder Woman, and then Robin, and then Catwoman's coming up that throughout the decade. So these characters have been around a long time, 80 years. I like that they have the logo of the company in that decade, and then it was a particular iconic sort of style of that time, character or scenery and such like that. So lots of stories for the bang for the buck, a lot of variant covers to choose from. I like them all. Maybe not as much the Frank Miller one, but anyway, I like them all, and this is a cool action pose here, more of this Dutch angle stuff. Robin coming right at you. Another DC comic that really spoke to me. This is more for the cover. I'm not reading Unkillables at the moment. I probably should. So here we have Cheetah, this just like vicious looking rendition of her. I didn't get a chance to check who did the cover. It feels like Francesco Mattina, but I don't see any note anywhere if it's his or not. But anyway, this is a really amazing, very realistic portrayal of the character, and I love seeing that aspect of these fantastical characters in realistic depictions. This is the cardstock cover. So if I like the story, I might go back to the previous one. Again, I'm not really up to date with it, but this cover just spoke to me. It's really cool, very epic. I also love the reflection on her eye, just like a real cat, and that blood and vicious personality, black lipstick and everything. This is by Taylor Mostert, Scott Edwards, and Locus. Moving over to Dynamite. I've been picking up Vengeance of Vampirella, been enjoying it a lot. I like the plot. It's sort of volume 2 of what happened in the 90s, and I've been on the lookout for the cosplay covers. Now, I think there's been a miscommunication with my comic shop. I asked for first pick on the cosplay covers. Last comic haul I didn't get the cosplay covers also, and this month I didn't get them as well. But I got a Lucio Perillo cover, which is also very cool, very realistic. Once again, I like the sort of realistic style on these covers. Interior art is by a different artist, but Snygoski is still doing the story like he did back in the 90s. So this is issue number 6, Vengeance of Vampirella. Okay everyone, let's take a little pause here to talk about the giveaway. No purchase necessary. All you need to do is go to my website right here, vmcampos.com/contact, and send me an email. In the email, tell me how you're surviving the social distancing apocalypse that we're in. We can't go out, we can't be with a bunch of people, but no worries, I'm inside with comic books. Go to the website, send me an email, tell me how you're handling the stay-at-home aspect of what we have to deal with. You'll be entered into the giveaway, and by the next comic haul, you'll be alerted if you won. It's totally easy, no purchase necessary, go do it now. Get to the chopper. Back to the show. Okay, next up we've got Dejathoris number 4. So once again, there are cosplay covers that my comic shop didn't get me. But once again, we've got another photorealistic sort of style. I don't see any note if it's a Lucio Perillo or maybe Derek Chu. Apologies, I forgot to look it up. We've got Abnett, Georgie, Kelly, and Bolin, but I'm not sure who did the cover. So again, very realistic cover. Got a scary spider right there. Watch out, Dejathoris. And there have been variant covers that are cosplay covers of this very character, and their outfits are very, very authentic to the original Robert E. Howard style. So this is issue number 4 of the series. Over at Image Comics, I've got world record-breaking comic, Spawn number 306, Prophecy of Death. So yeah, one of the few comics that has existed this long as a sort of independent creator or owned type of comic. It has surpassed Cerebus. It has surpassed The Walking Dead, 306 issues. The Savage Dragon is getting close at the moment. They're gonna crack 300 in a few years. But 306 issues, congrats to the whole Spawn team. They've been doing it their way since 1992. Epic Tales of Good versus Evil. This is by Todd McFarlane and Philip Tan. Another Image book, we have Mercy number 1, Mirka Andolfo's latest book. So she made a splash with her own book of Unnatural, and then reprinting Unsacred, and now we have here Unmercy. Now the thing is that I got the blank covers, which I hate. Like I never go to conventions to get these things signed, so I don't really love them. But I also got one of the variant covers right here. This is not one of the Mirka Andolfo covers. This is Ramos. Very cool cover. The main character here coming at you with these little weird tentacle things. Very cool color palette. I'm enjoying this a lot. And my shop was also very nice to have one more variant cover of Mercy. This is a cosplay cover. Totally love it. Very great style. It's a very hot book. It's already in second printing. Mirka Andolfo is killing it. I think it was last year she was in my town here, San Diego, signing, but during Comic-Con at one of the local shops, so I wasn't able to get anything signed from her. But as she gets bigger and bigger, I might have that chance eventually. So 3 issues of Mercy number 1. Usagi Yojimbo, issue number 9. This is Tatami, part 2 of 2. So I've been enjoying the new volume of Usagi Yojimbo by Stan Sakai. He's been publishing this character for 35 years. Him and Tom Luth have been working on this for a long time. I like that they have short stories here. A lot of times with comics nowadays, you have to be reading lots of issues to get the whole story. When this new volume debuted, it was a 3-part story, and then they've had 1-part stories, and now this is a 2-part story, Tatami. This has been very enjoyable. If you want to try something a little bit different, how about a story of feudal Japan with everyone's favorite wandering rabbit samurai? IDW also has Read Only Memories. This is issue number 3 of 4. I've been enjoying this series a lot too. The interior art is incredibly amazing, very beautiful. The cover, I got the Neo Futitsu cover. This is a sort of like a 16-bit style video game cover. I really like it. I'm a sucker for that style, that aesthetic of video games. That's what I grew up with in the 90s. Interior art reminds me a little bit more like Robbie Rodriguez, his first run on Spider-Gwen. Very luminous, very colorful, lots of pastels, lots of glowing computer terminals and such. So this takes place in the future, I believe in the year 2037 or 2067. It's a sort of a neo-noir sort of style about a robot's missing husband and then cult members and all this weird stuff. Lexi is the main character. She's a reporter / private eye. Very enjoyable book. I recommend it. Then we've got All Good Things Must Come to an End. Here's Rick and Morty number 59. The series is about to end at issue 60. Congrats to Oni Press for having that license. The license is about to expire, so they're going to lose the license. I don't know what's happening after this. But issue number 60 is completing a big old storyline. And it's Rick versus Morty. Oh no! So we've got Starks, Ellerby, Bloss, Dewey, Stern, and Crank working on the book. If you don't know by now, the series is about to end, and if you're interested in the story, jump on it. Or if you're interested as a collector, it's also about to end. So this is a second to last issue, which then leads us to the final one coming up very soon, Rick and Morty, over at Oni Press. Over at Boombox, I picked up this book. I don't know anything about it. I just spoke to me by the cover. In the world of comic books, you can judge a book by its cover. It's totally fine. And so here we have Wicked Things number 1 from Boombox. We've got Allison, Serene, and Kogar as the creative team. So it just seems interesting. A couple of ladies on the cover. They're enjoying some champagne or something. They look pretty cool. I like their style of art. Wicked Things, I don't quite know what it's about, but sometimes I pick up books that I don't know anything about, and they often work out. So stay tuned for an episode of the weekly podcast where I'm going to review this eventually. Go find it over on your favorite podcasting apps, Google Play, Spotify, Pandora, etc. Search for VM Campos, and subscribe to the weekly VM Campos Comic Book Club, where I review a different comic every single week. The final 2 books that I have here, I got mail order directly from IDW. This still trips me out that this is a Marvel comic, but it's from IDW. They have a partnership where they sort of publish like a more kid-friendly versions of things. So I got issue number 1 of volume 1 of Marvel Action Spider-Man. Came out a couple of years ago. This went to, I think, 12 issues or so. It's just another retelling of these characters. This is in terms of that Peter Parker, Miles Morales, and Gwen Stacy are all in high school together. They all know each other. They're all spider people and such, and they fight crimes, and they're all under Tony Stark's thumb. So anyway, this is Dawson, Ossio, and Pattison as the creative team. Hey, there's Spider-Gwen right there. And lastly, I picked up Sonic the Hedgehog, the IDW volume. Issue 25, cover A. Love that cover. So full of action and style and bravado from the Blue Blur himself. All of the other supporting characters there. The Metal Virus saga is going on. I was never a Sonic the Hedgehog game player back in the day. I was more of a Nintendo fan, but I appreciate Sonic, and he's pretty cool, and his stories are fun and interesting, and as well as the art, very, very enjoyable. I like that style, cartoony style. It doesn't have to be all realism all the time. Sometimes the cartoony stuff is also nice. So there you go. That was my comic haul for this month. I got a variety of books that I read on the reg. I got some variant covers. My shop was very nice about that. Record-breaking comic, cool eye-catching covers. Ooh, that one's really nice. 80th anniversary book. Some new series with some classic characters. Different versions of our classic characters. Those were the variety of books that I got this particular month. Once again, if you'd like to enter the giveaway, no purchase necessary, head on over to my website, vmcampos.com/pound, contact, send me an email, and telling me how you're surviving the stay-at-home challenge that we're all having. How are you doing social distancing? The more creative answer, the better. You'll be entered into the contest that will be announced by the end of the next month, by the next comic haul. I do one of these comic hauls every single month. Give you a chance to enter and win. And it's totally easy, no purchase necessary. Perhaps also think about going to my Patreon, patreon.com/vmcampos. You'll get access to a bunch of exclusive stuff. You don't want to miss out on that. FOMO is real. That's only for $1 you get access to all that good stuff. For the $2 range, I'll actually mail you a comic from my curated collection as thanks. Or simply follow for free. Follows are free, and they mean a lot. In the meantime, don't forget to like, subscribe, share, comment, all that good stuff. Tell me what you liked in the haul. What should I be on the lookout for? What are you reading? Tell me all about it. This has been VM Campos, and I'll see you next month.